Hello, beautiful, amazing YouTube family at Elevated Living with Z. I am Z here, the organizer of this place. Sorry, guys, with the camera. The organizer of this place, definitely not the owner. This company belongs to us. This whole thing belongs to the universe and this whole energy movement. If you guys can see, I'm trying to work with this new light, so hopefully you guys like it. My arm doesn't fall again. So, this video here at Elevated Living with Z is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to be doing any healing or anything like that, and it's going to be informational, questions and answers type of thing. So I've had a lot of questions along the way, and I wanted to give you guys some answers, and I'm going to continue a series like this. This one's not going to be useful. Like, they're not going to be useful answers for your own personal life. It's only going to be an explanation of my methods, how I like little things that I do that you guys might find questionable, and give you the answers to that. And but the next ones, I'm gonna try to incorporate things like the symbols that I use and why, maybe the how to do the things that I am doing. Right today, I'm just gonna be telling you things that I do, and in other videos, I'm gonna be telling you the way that I did them and the way that you can benefit from them too, if there is a way, or if I feel like I'm knowledgeable enough. So, without any further ado, let's begin. So, um, this video, I'm going to answer the questions that I get asked the most, and only that. So we're gonna start with. I'm so sorry about the lighting, guys. I keep telling you that. We're gonna start with the pillow. So a lot of people ask me, what is up with your pillow, girl? Why do you do that? Why do you need it? So here's the truth. I have severe anxiety, or used to suffer from severe anxiety. And one of the ways that I overcame my fear of getting on the camera was to hold a pillow. As like a teddy bear, a child would hold a teddy bear, or one would hold a pet. Only I don't think my pet, I would have brought my emotional support dog, but only I feel like she would move and distract me from healing. So I channeled a lot of energy into that particular pillow, and I use it as a guard, safeguard for myself, not for anything spiritual. But I believe that we can all create safeguards for ourselves. I also have like for example, right now it's this robe, and sometimes I feel like I want to cloak myself in love and light, and I've actually made this robe that way. Like, I've given it energy, and every time I put it on, I feel safe, protected. And that's with that. So another question that I get asked a lot is, what is Reiki, and how are you, is what you do traditional Reiki? So I'm going to give you guys the explanation of what is Reiki as I learned it with my master, Sarah Nolan. I did do her program. It was amazing, and I learned everything I needed to know to build a foundation and grow from there. But how she described Reiki to me, in the most common way it is described, is Chi. It's known as Chi, intelligent universal energy. It's also been called Ki, spirit and light, love, life, the word God, life force energy. It is thought that Reiki is present in all things. The energy can be seen with certain types of photographic, spectrums, and by the trained intuitive eye. I'm sorry, I'm reading from my notes because I wanted to keep it like true here. Also, humans naturally channel energy. This is only a title for this energy. And then we use Reiki every day without even knowing it in our daily life. So by way of just living, giving energy, life to things, our thoughts, it is thought that we are delivering Reiki. For me, Reiki is the channeling of life force energy and the ability to direct it either to yourself or to those in need or to things in need. That's how I see Reiki. You guys, I'm sorry. This camera that I'm using right now is about to die. I might need to change out the battery. So if it closes out on me, I'll pick right back up where we started. And sorry for the change of the abrupt change in advance. But I'm going to keep going because I feel it's very, very important. So, no, my Reiki is not traditional because I do use Reiki. Reiki is thought to be activated through some of the symbols that I will later explain in other parts of the series. But I do use the symbols because I feel they're very effective in drawing in energy, connecting people, and very effective for the collective as a whole. But I use other tools as well because for me, a carpenter doesn't just use a saw. They use a saw and they use sandpaper and they use a hammer and they use nails and they use all sorts of other tools and pencils to draw out their lines. So I feel that the more tools as a healer you have, the more options you give to the client or to those being healed, including yourself. So the more tools that I use, the more options we have. I feel the more angles we cover, the more effective some of these healings may be. I call them Reiki infused because I use Reiki formats, I use Reiki symbols, and I do use a lot of Reiki energy to activate the whole process, but I do other things in between. And some of those other things that you guys have seen, and this is what I'm going to explain, is when I say that I'm holding space for the archangels or for an angel or for some type of healer. And what that means is that before I do your healing sessions, I write down on a piece of paper my intention, then I pray about it, then I get answers, and then I do research. Whew, sorry guys. Remember I told you guys about that abrupt drop? So if you guys see a little weird closing and opening, that was that. So I'm back with a new camera or phone, and as you can see, it's a little different. The lighting I feel is a little bit better on it, but it needed to charge and I just needed to get the session started. So that's why I used the other phone. So I think what we were talking about and where I left off was about the gall bladder. So in the why I channel angels, and what I mean by channeling angels is that I get answers. I research information about, for example, the gallstones, and it's related to the solar plexus. And then I know that I have to work on the solar plexus. And then I also pray and meditate and I get answers. Or sometimes I have to look for them online and say, you know, what archangel is related to the gallstones or the solar plexus or this type of ailment. And then I write it down on a paper. I state my intention. I hold the space for that and I push everything forward. So when I am actually in the healing session, what ends up happening is I remember what is done. I ask the angel to come through to really do their job, to make it be. If anything that wasn't already cleared, please help us. And I ask them to stay for the rest of the session. Sometimes I get to hear them, feel them, and see them. And sometimes I feel and see nothing, but you guys do. So what really matters is that energy works on its own time, and I don't have to feel or know anything. I just go with what my gut says. I follow what I believe to be true, and normally when you come from the heart and you do things with great intention and you've been properly trained, everything, happens the way it's supposed to. And great things have come out of it. So that's what I mean by I call on the angels, like I said. So I researched, I write down the problem, I pray about it, I write my first answers, and then I do research to see who it is, and that's the angels that I call. And I believe that stating that is very, very important, not just for myself, but for you guys. All right. The third question is, actually, this should have been the fourth question, but it's the third question. But it's the fourth most asked question is, what are you doing with the pendulum? Isn't it just for answers and stuff like that? Okay, so here's what I'm doing with the pendulum. And yes, it is normally for answers. But because the pendulum is connected to my higher self, your higher self, and the collective, I have found for me that I can direct energy to it. And it is another tool and another way to focus my energy into something, to create something for you guys, an outcome, or even for myself. So when you see the pendulum going left or backwards or counterclockwise, I am literally imagining in my mind that it is deleting, erasing like a tornado or an eraser or whatever visual works for you, all of whatever it is, if it needs to be thinking patterns, ideas, emotions from your life, from your energy, from everything. And then when it's going the other way, I am literally like imprinting in my mind that the pendulum is a tool creating some type of vortex or windmill or, again, tornado, whatever visual works for you, into your mind, into your life, or into your emotions, creating positive ideas, feelings, or emotions, or whatever it is that needs to be at the time that will help cure or prevent whatever it is that we're trying to work on. So that's my use of the pendulum. I feel it's a strong and powerful tool. It is also a crystal, and it is connected to your hand. So for me, it is working through me and into, into the collective, the way that I imagine it. Because everything we think becomes, things. And if what I'm thinking is healing, and what I'm thinking is love and light, and what I'm thinking is whatever, good energy I want to create, then so it is, and so it will be. And I don't believe that you need to be trained for that. I believe that, it's a connection you will learn to develop with your own tools. And training isn't necessary, but an open heart is, and an open mind. Okay, and lastly, but it is actually the third most asked question, and probably something that I wasn't sure I was ever going to explain, but I'm going to, because you guys need to know what's going on. So it is the question about what is golden source light energy, how does it work, and what is dragon's breath energy, and how does it work? And both are combined into one session, so I'm going to answer it like that. And so golden source light energy to me is literally my naming of how I picture the sun coming down into our healing sessions. And I just literally imagine that the sun is opening up above our heads, our area, or where I'm working, coming in through me in all my 12 spiritual chakras, going through to the ground, back up, and spitting out through my hands this golden, yellow, orange, vibrant, healing light that physically burns my palms once I get to imagining it right. And I hold it. Once I feel it activated, I push it to you guys. And when my hands do this is the way that I just intuitively know how to heal. Everybody's different, but my hands do a little crunch. Once those crunches are over, I know that the energy is done pushing through me and the job's done. And with Dragon's Breath Energy, a friend of mine, you guys can find him on Facebook. There's a Facebook group called Dragon's Breath Energy, and the mediator is Ronnie Connor. And the way that he sees it is Dragon's Breath Energy is a very strong ascension helper energy, and it does heal a lot. But I throw it in every session because it's an ascension, an opening of the mind, an opening of the heart, an opening of the field to allow for ascension to happen for you in your life. And that is beneficial in every way. So I've been throwing it in all the sessions, the Dragon's Breath Energy. And literally, the way that I can best describe it is a chaos of energies swirling through me. They come straight to my heart and shoots out to my fingertips. And then I start to feel it pulsate in all my fingertips. Once I do that, I shoot it out to you guys, simultaneously with the golden source light energy. And that never has an end. When I'm done with the session, I just feel my fingertips stop being on fire. If you guys are interested in that activation, like I said, look for him in the Facebook group. The Facebook group is literally called Dragon's Breath Energy. The mediator is Ronnie Connor. And if you guys were interested in how I became a Reiki master, I besides practice, I inquired for a class with her name is Sarah Nolan, and I know she has a group on Facebook too, and you guys can find her. And if you guys have questions, always message me, and I'll make sure that you guys are nice and hooked up to the to them, so you guys can have access to the same stuff that I had access to, and want to know more. If you guys ever are in need of sessions, I do life coaching, intuitive healing. Just set up something with me. I like to work with people. I like to genuinely help people. That's why this channel's here, and that's why we do this. Please, please, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if it resonates with you. And, stay happy, stay healthy, stay vibrant and alive. Share with me your stories. And don't give up on yourself. I'll never give up on you either. Love you guys. Peace. Namaste.